Okay, again, the Darren Player, Director of Lancaster County Emergency Management. Can you talk about the work that you guys are doing to prepare for this storm? I mentioned this earlier, but we're in that time of year here in the Carolinas where it gets warm outside. It's nice. You could throw on the short sleeve and the shorts, but that means when these thunderstorms move in, they get strong.
They can, and as the weather people who have the training and the degrees we're talking about this morning, the more sun we get, the more unstable the atmosphere can be this afternoon. We, of course, had warning over the weekend that today might be a possible stormy day. As a matter of fact, I think about the middle of last week, the meteorologists began to speak about it, to forecast. You don't know that far out exactly how things are going to transpire because the systems are a long way off. But this one, they appear to have gotten fairly accurate as talking about the lines that are coming through. We got in this morning. Got the latest updates from the National Weather Service out of Columbia. We also look at Greenville-Spartanburg because we're a split county. Greenville-Spartanburg does some of the watches and warnings above number 5 in the Panhandle. And Columbia does the watches and warnings in the rest of the county, but Columbia actually issues the watches and warnings after Greenville-Spartanburg recommends. So that's why on occasion it looks like the weather jumps Lancaster County in the Panhandle area and goes to Union County and Mecklenburg County, but doesn't affect us. It's just because of the way everything's set up. But that being said, the chances are there that we're going to have severe weather this afternoon. Tornado chances appear to have gone down. They were low to begin with. They seem to have diminished somewhat. But gusty winds are the thing that we're worried about. Some hail. Of course, lightning appears to be part of this system. So this morning early, I was on the phone with our Parks and Recs guy with Lancaster County, Mr. Chris Clouden, the director of that, and gave them the reports that I had, and they have made the decision to cancel all the county events that would have been outdoors this afternoon, evening time frame. Also talked with the school district. Of course, they make their own announcements, but I made them aware of things that were going on. Also made them aware of what the county was going to be doing in its facilities, and I think that they have followed suit, but the school district normally makes their own announcements because they have a lot of different programs that are going on. I know they've got some adult things that are going on this evening. They probably will leave in place. The things that involve children being outdoors is what they were looking at modifying.
So I'm home right now. Just say if I'm home right now and I'm watching this interview right now with you, what should I be doing to prepare for the storm if I'm at home?
The main thing is that if you've got access to TV, of course, watch that because that's the warnings come out there. You all are very good at cutting into programming and giving those warnings. The other thing are the various apps that the TV stations have to do with weather. I use most of them myself to get alerts when I'm not in here and not at a computer because the cell phones most all of us carry. So those are good to get out warnings and notifications on as well. You just need to make sure that you've got your notifications turned on. Sometimes you get a good many of those and you'll go in and silence them on a blue sky day, but you need to make sure that those alerts and notifications are turned on today, particularly for the storm warnings and watches and the different things that may go on and the notifications about lightning being close and the heavy rain that may be close to you.
How do you guys maintain your safety, but also respond to any emergencies when when storms move through?
Well, the firefighters have they've got their gear, of course, that they put on to wear when they're out in the weather. Some of it's lighter if it's just rain. If they're out trying to cut trees or whatever, they tend to put on something we call Tech Gen, which again is a little bit lighter than the normal gear that they would fight a house fire in. But the boots are there, the ankle protection, the leg protection. Of course, if they're cutting trees out of the road, they're using chaps. If it's lightning, we keep them in the truck. There is no precaution that you can take for lightning other than to stay inside something that's well grounded. If it's not a structure, at least a vehicle.
Darren Player, Director of Lancaster County Emergency Management. Mr. Player, thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this interview. I'm sure the folks at home that are watching right now, this was helpful. It was helpful for me. So again, thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome. Glad we can help. Hopefully everything is just a plan and we won't need any of it.
Yes, sir. All right. You stay safe out there.
Thank you, sir. You too.